today's topic is creative freedom, who decides? And I kind of want to touch on internal freedom, but also external freedom. So can we just get like a little short introduction of maybe you?
Literally from 21, I just flew into it with no knowledge, no idea of how I was going to support myself. All I had was the passion, the will, and just good company. Yeah. That just kept me thinking this was all right to do. Even if I didn't know what it was, this was all right to do. And that was my quest. So I just went through lots of different styles of music. I was with bands. I was at a house music band. I was in acoustic outfits. I then decided economically to go solo, and that was in the sort of like just after 2000. I was like, I can't do this. I can't support a whole band for my vision. And I feel terrible that I can't give them the credit they deserve financially. So I had to find new means, and technology was really creeping up for everybody in terms of, loop samplers were on the ground, and then for me it was just like, oh my gosh, I'm 7 years old again. This is it, in digital form. And now I was able to take it into smaller places, and I developed, I suppose, an identity, and I got known for doing what I do today.
You performed at Glastonbury, North Sea Jazz Festival, Royal Albert Hall, Buckingham Palace, and when performing there, does the outer factors affect your creative freedom? And how do you deal with them?
Yeah, it does. It does. Sometimes when you're doing for example, if I was doing a performance at the Royal Festival Hall, I would be doing maybe a support. So when you're in a support role, sometimes your aspiration is, why can't it be me? So of course it affects me. Yeah. It affects me instantly. It's just like, this is what I want. I don't want to be, you're supporting somebody else's work, or how can I put it? You're supporting the programming of the nights so that there is an interest at those different times. So the audience come in and they've got something for them to tantalize them before the main act.
Yeah, so how do you then how do you feel that your creative freedom to pick exactly what you want to do? Or do you feel that you have to kind of not follow the programming, but do you feel, okay, maybe I should go with the flow of what's happening? Or do you go, fuck everyone else, I'm gonna do me, and even if it's super out, I'm gonna stand my ground and I'm gonna go for what I feel like?
Not always, no. I think I've had to make for me there's kind of three different shapes that fits into, in terms of when I've been looking at gigs and performances. Is one, is the gig a kudos gig? Is it a gig which will give me, financially, it's got nothing to do with finance. Exposure, it's really good for me to do it in terms of exposure. So I have to make that decision. Is it a gig that is about experience? Have I done a big gig like this before to gain the experience? When I did the O2 arenas, I did, it was like playing in front of 23,000 people a night, for example. And you've got a huge stage, which is from here to the front door, to walk onto. I've never done a stage that big. And with a team of people who are saying, Randolph, your show was a bit too long, and you're just like, and you have to refine. I was learning, and it was a great learning curve about doing, how can I put it, a show which was in the commercial eye. Yeah, so all good and well me doing what I want to do, but this was not about doing a 7-12 minute solo. This is about, there's an audience here that will turn off very quickly because there's 23,000 people here. So it needs to be hitting them like that. Yeah? So that was the other one, was experience. And then the other one, which basically the other one is cash. Is this a gig that is literally just about financially, this is going to support me and my family? Yes. I'll do whatever they want me to do. Even if it hurts me at this moment, it's not taking me away from being who I am, but I have to understand that if somebody gives you £3,000 to do a gig at Leica Camera, for example, and you're there going, they're just not, you know that they're just going to be, it's going to be a convention just for camera people. So you're just a bit of fluff for the night. And even the German lady who was supporting me, she goes, take the money and run. She was my support. She was there. She was just like, she could see how it was all going the wrong way. And she goes, Randolph, fuck it, take the money and run. So I recognize that that's another type of performance. So you have to be aware that it does affect your decisions, and you have to be able to respond accordingly to which way it might be, you know.
Great. Is having a niche within a niche, is that a really good thing? Or is thinking about what your target audience wants the way to go? Like, where do you, like, I understand that it might not be clean cut, but it'd be interesting to kind of, again, from you guys here, and then I'd love to open it up to you guys to see what you think.
Yeah.
I was just thinking about I was actually thinking about Beethoven, and thinking, did he know what the need was when he wrote his 9th Symphony, for example? You know, was he focusing on this must appeal to this audience, or did he just, based on all the pain and the pressure, the limitations that he had physically in those moments, the loss, family losses, all those things, that life experiences that come through music, did he just focus on, this is what I love doing? And then all of a sudden what happens is that music that he created, we can now see what the need was. We needed a Beethoven in classical music for a long time, because we're still listening to his music to this day. There's still people doing interpretations of his music. There's still filling out opera halls, and the proms constantly are. There's still so much scope to the music because he followed the music first. And actually, as a musician, it's a very simple thing. I went into music because I loved music. I didn't do it because of the industry. I did it because I loved music. I loved the people that I met. Whether they were musicians or not, I loved the lifestyle. I loved the ability to create and to feel that I had a place of expression, and that I could link myself to my community through that music instantly, and people. And so for me, that's where it has to always start. And of course, equally, that is the biggest struggle, I think, for an artist, is to recognize when you have to come home. And it's not even just real. It's interesting because I've learned a big thing over the last period, which was about building a team around the same vision. Because I used to hold, we were talking about it, I hold my art like this, like it's a lion cub type thing, just like protecting it, you know, don't want it to break, don't want it to fall, don't want it to go down that particular road. And only from actually expanding upon that reality of actually putting it in other people's hands that were close to that feeling, was I able to get a broader perspective and actually come back to my art in its entirety.